Welcome to MYP Biology's first ever collab, literally lab. So I'm Mr. Champion. I'm gonna get us kicked off today. We're gonna be starting with our Osmosis Lab. So in class, y'all have been talking about diffusion, hypertonic, hypotonic, isotonic solutions, and we're gonna go ahead and create some really fun solutions here using some of the materials that you see in front of me right now. Up in the front, we have handy dandy corn syrup. I'm not a fan of the corn lobby, but I like corn syrup. This is going to be our sugar substitute. It's going to be filling in and creating our different solutions. I've got some water over here. Y'all know lots about water, I know. That lovely polar molecule that we all know and love and makes life possible on Earth. I've also got 6 gummy bears. This is only one. They're all green. Ask yourself, what kind of variable is that? Over here, we have 6 beakers that we're going to create our solutions in as well. I've got a pair of tweezers to pick up my gummy bears, and I've got a stirring rod, and finally I have a digital balance so that I can take the mass of everything and create my different solutions. All right, so we're going to be creating 6 different solutions. You're going to see some cameos from our other bio teachers as well. Not even cameos, we're all stars in this show. What are we talking about? So you're going to see your other bio teachers come in here, and we're going to create these solutions for you. I'm gonna get us kicked off. I'm gonna be making the easiest solution. It's a 0% solution. That means that's just a solution of water, okay? So I'm taking my beaker, putting it on my digital balance. I'm clicking the button that says 0. Don't worry, there's gonna be a picture that'll pop up right now that says what that looks like on your digital balance. So I just zeroed my digital balance. Again, you'll see a picture of it zeroed out. And I'm gonna add 100 grams of water. Again, that's 100 grams of water. I'm gonna pour it from my big beaker to my small beaker. This is really exciting, man. Just love science. Cool, I just got an error, which is super fun. There's my 100 grams of water. All right, so this is my first solution, okay? It's just plain old water with all of its fun hydrogen bonds, the polar oxygen group, and the slightly positively charged hydrogen groups, all right? So that's 100 grams of water in there. I'm gonna take my tweezers and put my gummy bear into that water to soak, all right? This is demonstrating osmosis because water is gonna do something. It's gonna flow along its gradient. And it's up to you to figure out how that gradient is flowing through the process of this lab. I've already labeled the mass of this gummy bear, but I'm just gonna show you again as well. I'm gonna take my digital balance, zero it again, take the mass of the gummy bear. It's 3.59 grams. Again, that's gonna pop up and it'll show you in a second here. I'm gonna take the gummy bear and I'm gonna put it into the water solution. There we go, really exciting. All right, that was the first solution that I created. So now I'm going to create a solution that's a little bit more complicated than just plain old water. I'm going to create a solution of 20% sugar, okay? And I'm going to do that by adding 20% of the liquid as corn syrup, all right? So again, taking my beaker, putting it onto my digital balance, zeroing the digital balance again. Now I'm going to take this corn syrup, super viscous. If you're thinking to yourself, what macromolecule is corn syrup? And you're thinking to yourself, it's definitely a carbohydrate. You're great. I can't open it though, so there we go. All right, so this is gonna be 20% corn syrup, all right? Meaning, so 20% of 100 grams of this liquid will just be corn syrup. 20% of 100 is 20, all right? You might have now figured out why we're doing the math this way. It's really, really easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 20 grams of corn syrup. I'm gonna add it kind of slow so I don't overshoot it because the concentration really does matter here. Got 15, 16, 17.4. Ooh, yes, 20.25 grams of corn syrup, okay? Now, I want it to get up to 100 grams of total liquid, just like I had over in my first solution. So I'm gonna add 80 grams of water to this solution. I could have zeroed that again, but I'm just gonna get it up to 100 now. 92, 95, 96. Here we go. Perfect. All right. 100 grams. Now I can swirl it a little bit, but that's not going to get everything. So I'm going to take my handy dandy stirring rod, which I just cleaned, and stir it around until I get the corn syrup to dissolve into the water. You can see it starting to cloud up. Remember, water is polar. It's the universal solvent, so it's attacking those bonds in the carbohydrates in the corn syrup and starting to dissolve it. Corn syrup is very thick and viscous though, so it doesn't love the act of dissolving, but water says, joke's on you, corn syrup. You need to dissolve. All right, I've got it almost all the way dissolved here. Sorry if you can't see it super well. Try to get it a little closer. Mr. Klansky's telling me I'm doing a good job of stirring. It's what I was born to do, y'all. All right. So we got it stirred up here. This is now a mixed solution. This is the solvent in here is going to be water. The solute is that corn syrup. I'm going to take my gummy bear. I'm going to zero my scale. I'm going to measure the mass of my gummy bear. Oopsies. It's going to be 3.49 grams. And I'm going to then take the gummy bear and put it into the solution to soak. All right. Enter Mr. Klansky. And by that I meant Miss Ernster.
Hey everyone. So as Mr. Champion already showed us, we're gonna do our 40 and 60% solutions here. So we're gonna start, we're gonna zero out our scale. And when we have a 40% solution, we're adding 40 grams of our corn syrup. All right, so now we've got our 40 grams of our corn syrup here, and we're gonna add our water to get it to a total of 100 grams that we have our solution. Perfect. And like Mr. Champion already showed us, we got to do a lot of stirring. All right. So there's our 40% solution. And then we're going to take our gummy bear. Carefully. Zero the scale. Give it away. All right, we've got 3.64 grams. We're gonna plop them in. And I'm now making the 60% solution. So we're gonna put our beaker on the scale, zero it out, and then we're gonna weigh out our 60 grams of our corn syrup. This is gonna be a tough one to stir. A little bit more. Perfect. We're going to add 40 grams of water then to get it to our total 100 grams. Perfect. And stir. All right, so now we're gonna weigh our next gummy bear, so zero the scale, plop them on. All right, about 3.49 grams, and then we'll plop them in. All right, now we're gonna have Mr. Klansky.
All right, hello, biology people. All right, we are gonna make an 80% solution now. So 80% of 100 is going to give us 80 grams of corn syrup. I'm gonna remember to zero this. Okay, we zeroed it. We got our corn syrup.
Oh my God, that's
All right, And actually, that is so close.
Okay.
All right, we are at 78, 79, and oh yeah! All right, luck is on our side today. All right, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna add a little bit of some water. Bring it up to 100. Oh, cool! And as soon as you hit 100, it says air. Gosh, this scale's so nifty. All right, and now we're gonna take that. We got a stir rod. We got this. We're gonna stir it. And now we're gonna take ourselves a gummy bear. Right, this little guy, we're gonna grab his little footy. We're gonna zero our scale. We're gonna set it on the scale. All right, we are at 3.68. And now, gummy bear gonna go live in his new little home. Whoop. Goodbye. All right, and now 100% corn syrup. All right, those of you at home keeping track of this one, you're thinking to yourself, well, 100% or 0% corn syrup. All right, this solution right here was pure water. Right, 100% corn syrup means no water. It's pure corn syrup. Ooh. So that means 100 grams of corn syrup. And we got that error message, which means we hit 100 grams. All right. And I don't even need to stir it because it's already there. All right. Look at that. So then we're going to take ourselves, our last little gummy bear friend. We're going to zero our scale. We're going to set our little friend on the scale. All right. And look at that, 3.5 grams. And now we're going to take our new friend and we're going to dip him in corn syrup. Whoop. Bye, gummy bear. Enjoy. And we're going to see how much our gummy bears have changed over this time. So we're starting off with our 0% corn syrup solution. So those of you thinking at home, that just means this is pure water inside this beaker. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna dump out our gummy bear. All right, our little gummy bear here has grown so much. All right, our little gummy bear, I'm gonna be really careful. This easily looks like it's visually like twice as large. All right, it's giant. All right, very squishy. It sort of feels like Jell-O if I was doing a qualitative analysis of this. Feels like Jell-O. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna try and wipe off just a little bit of the water, the excess water, because when we weighed these, they were dry. So I'm gonna try, it's nice and dry. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna set it in this dish. I've already zeroed out, so the dish is not being included in this weight. All right, and the weight on our first gummy bear here is 9.84 grams. All right, so 9.84 grams for that first gummy bear. Ooh. We'll set him right there. All right, now we're gonna check on our little gummy bear friend right here. This gummy bear was soaking in a 20% corn syrup solution. All right, the starting weight was a 3.49 gummy bear in the dish. And this one, we are going with 7.71 grams. All right. Now, 40% corn syrup. Ooh. Get my scale zeroed out. Gummy bear on the scale, and we are now 6.03 grams. 6.03 grams.
So we're gonna start with our 60% corn syrup solution. Plop gummy in. And we're at 4.93 grams for this gummy bear that was in 60% solution. Now 80%. Oh boy. Zero at the scale. Gummy on. And this one's at 3.99 grams for 80% solution. Oh, all right, that was sticky business. All right, here's our last one. He's stuck. Fish. Zero out the scale one last time. And our very last gummy bear that was in the 100% corn syrup solution. And he's at